All right, what's up, guys? Anthony here with Hawkeye Traders. Welcome to the video. Want to dial in. We are looking in this video at the US dollar index futures. Okay, so this is a daily chart. And what we're going to hone in very specifically in this short video is taking a deep look into the highs and the lows. Okay, I encourage you as a trader, you need to study the interaction between volume and price action, okay? These two components together, guys, are an absolute game changer. I mean, more often than not, I am able to pick highs and lows of intraday movements with great deal of accuracy because I understand the relationship between volume and price action. So my goal in these short videos I continue to produce for you is to help you recognize the opportunity that you are missing out on because you've yet to develop into the volume relationship with price action. My goal is to help you get through that hurdle so that you can master understanding these components of how the market moves. Because frankly, without it, I don't care what you have on your screen, you are missing the bigger picture. And guys, the bigger picture is what held me back throughout my career until I finally got over this hurdle. So let's talk about these highs and lows in the US dollar index future. So let's take a peek here at these highs. All right, I'm going to zoom it in just so you guys can see it. I know the chart gets shrunk a little bit, and I want you to get kind of a really good view of what I'm looking at. So right here, Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023, I want you to look very specifically at this high. Let me see if I can get a, that's not what I want. Let's see if we can get something that cooperates. All right, there, that's the I want. I want you to look very specifically at that high right there, okay? Look at how tiny that little doji style candle is. It's minute, right? Now, I want you to look at the bottom of the screen. Notice the candle before it, this one here, opened down here and closed up here. Probably closed in the top 15% of the overall move, right? So we had a decrease, in fact, in buying volume with this large candle. And then we move on to an increase in buying volume in this tiny little candle. What does that tell me? Okay, there's a couple things happening here, right? Behind the scenes, buyers have climaxed. They have exerted as much energy as they're able to. This was the final push, and that's it, okay? So buyers no longer seek interest in continuing to buy at this level, right? Other side of that is the sellers at this level are willing to absorb whatever buy orders the buyers are willing to put into the market. Now, I want you to very carefully come over here and look at this topping formation, okay? Now let's take a look at this candle, okay? Very specifically, that candle right there. Again, I'm going to zoom this in a little bit only because I want you guys to really be able to see what I am seeing. And I want you to look down below at this rise in volume here, okay? I'm kind of exaggerating this just so you could see it, but volume increased. All right, notice the candle before, not a huge candle, but we opened in the bottom 10%, we closed in the top 10%. That's a bullish candle to me, okay? On relatively low volume, so that's a little concerning. Now we have an increase in volume, yet we close in the bottom 10% of the candle. That tells me what? The buyers are no longer interested in buying, or the sellers are willing to take whatever buy orders the market is willing to put in. Essentially, what we're creating here is a topping pattern. Now, there's nothing else on the screen, right? No MACD, no stochastics, no traditional indicators, no whatever, Bollinger Bands, none of that stuff. No Fibonacci, none of that. This is purely an intimate relationship that exists between volume and price action. let's look at this high right here now, okay? Because this is so important, guys. Because this is absolutely the game changer, right? This, understanding what I'm teaching you in these short videos, the relationship between volume and price action, is the key to consistency, building a disciplined trade plan, employing a well-managed risk approach to the market. But without this, you're missing the picture, right? So now look at this candle right here. We push right back in to the first candle we looked at, and look at the volume, guys. Right? For 3 straight days in a row, volume did what? Increased, increased, and increased. Even as price started dipping here, right? We placed that little low, we pulled back ever so slightly, and then we increased in buying volume and increased in buying volume and failed to make a new high. Right? This is so important. If volume is increasing, okay, and the price action should be advancing. If it's not, we've reached a point of climax or exhaustion or absorption, right? It's telling us, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Trader, we should be aware that right now, the buyers are unable to place a new high. I tell people it's so important to just take a minute and look at the bigger picture. All of this increase in buying volume here did what? Nothing. We never even touched the high of the first candle that we looked at together. So what do we have now down here, right? This area here, after we've made a double top, maybe even you can consider this a triple top. Notice we break the low, we pull back, and then we absolutely collapse, right? So we make a lower low, we make a lower high, we make a new lower low, a new lower high, a new lower low, right? We come back and retest the prior highs, and then we take a dump here down to the downside into year end. Guys, when you start to see multiple attempts to make new highs and they're failing, or inversely make new lows and they're failing, the chance of a trend reversal is extraordinarily high. And the risk is extraordinarily small. Why? Because where are you wrong? Right here. Right? I'm wrong where the buyers were not able to push through. That's where I'm wrong. Right? And now I just look back at price action over here and go, okay, every time price pulled back, I want to do what? I want to just keep taking profits. Pay myself, protect myself. Right? Employing a good, well-preserved risk management plan is what keeps you alive in this game. But you must understand volume and price action, because if you don't, you're trying to buy here on all these little pullbacks, and then you get knocked out. Right? You're getting knocked out because you're missing the bigger picture. You're missing the high being placed, the topping pattern. Right? The problem is when the market rallies, what happens? We get this thing called FOMO, fear of missing out. Right? It is poison to the retail trader. While everybody's trying to get in the dollar here because they think it's going to go higher because it's been going higher for a couple months, I'm looking at it as, hey, we got a topping pattern starting to form here. This very specific candle tells me basically everything I need to know. Every time I see another very specific candle that reinforces the thesis that we are placing a high, just gives me more and more confidence to know that this is going to sell off. All right? So if you want to learn more about these proprietary indicators, that is just going to help you understand the basic volume and price action that is the foundation of every successful trade plan, there's a link below this video. I encourage you to click on it. I'm also going to put my concierge team's phone number below as well. along with an email so you can contact myself and or my team so that we can answer any questions that you might have. Our goal is to see you be successful, and we understand with certainty that the foundation of having volume and price action paired together with a great understanding is the heart and soul of any profitable trade plan. So, click those links, consume that content. Feel free to reach out to myself or my team. Like the video if you haven't liked it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do that as well. And if we can do something for you, leave some comments below. I will happily return and answer and reach out to you personally. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. I hope you learned something, and I look forward to sharing more volume and price action information with you in coming videos. God bless, guys, and I will see you in the next one.